Okay, and these are problems 16 to 18. You're supposed to match things up, but you had to use the information in the problem here. So I'm just going to find everything that's missing that has a letter on it, W, X, Y, and Z, and you can figure out which part you needed for which question, because it was mixed up depending on the version that you had, which one you wanted. So the first thing I noticed is that this has 45 and a 90 degree in it, in that triangle there. That red triangle, that's triangle ADC. So I know this angle is 45 degrees. And I know when you do that, you have to, this is where you want to use the 45, 45, 90. Across from the first 45, this you can call A. Across from the second 45, this you can call A. And across from 90, this is what you can call A root 2. So that was the trick there, is to get that labeled first. So you actually know Z and Y right away once you solve this thing. So let's solve this over here. 4 equals A root 2. Okay? Divide by root 2 to both sides, and you get A is 4 divided by the square root of 2. And if you type that in your calculator, that is approximately 2.83. So if you converted everything to decimals, then you would find that's about 2.83. Okay? Well, that means Y is about 2.83 and Z is about 2.83. And if you look at your answer choices, you could just figure out which one is 2.83. Okay? Now, if the proper way they want you to do this, which doesn't really matter as long as you're willing to turn things to decimals, is to multiply the top and bottom by root 2, because that will make the bottom a square root of 4, and the top will be 4 root 2. But it turns out you know what the square root of 4 is. That's 2. Okay? And then you can simplify it, cancel out the 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times. And so really another way to say A is 2 root 2. So you could also call this 2 root 2, 2 root 2. I don't care which way, what you call it, as long as you're you get close to the right answer. Okay, so you now know, we already know Z and we know Y. So now I'm going to have to, actually I'll do it in yellow. There's this other triangle right here. Okay, the triangle ADB. And if that's 30 degrees, if that's 30 degrees down here, and this is 90, then this has to be 60 degrees. And so we can use our 30, 60, 90 rule. Now, I've already used A, so I'm going to do it in B, and I'm going to write in blue here. So across from 30, okay, is Z, which is 2 root 2. So I'm going to call that B is 2 root 2. Okay? Across from 60, which is down there by X, is what we say is A root 3. Well, actually, we can't use A. My mistake. We're using B. B root 3. And then across from 90, remember we're using B instead of A, is 2B. So how do I get X? Well, remember, wherever I see B, I'm going to put 2 root 2. If you want to put 2.83 in, you can. But I'm going to put that in there. So X, that B is going to become 2 root 2. And outside is a root 3, which means it's 2 times root 2 times root 3, which is 2 root 6. There's X. W is 2 times, and we're supposed to put in 2 root 2, which is 4 root 2. So there's W. So I solved for all of them, depending on which ones you needed. You've got them all solved for now. You've got Z, Y, X, and W.